again. So I'm here today and I'm going to be doing a mixed girl tag. If you have watched my other videos and wondered if I'm mixed, well, let me, debunk any type of mystery. I am mixed, and I first saw the mixed girl tag, and it was actually one of the reasons why it sort of really pushed me and inspired me to start a YouTube channel and just kind of get my point of view out there in the world. Cause, us mixed girls, we gotta stick together. And let me just get right into it. What are you mixed with? I have the notes on a little piece of paper here, so I'll be looking down at them. What are you mixed with? I am half Japanese, 35% Irish, and 15% German. So I kind of figured out how my lineage is and how it's broken up. And yep, my mom's Japanese, my dad's Irish German. They met in college during the 70s. And yep. And they fell in love and they made me and my sister. And yeah. It was kind of before, like, mixing was, like, super popular. Like, I think that my sister and I are kind of more part of, like, a generation where there's, like, more mixed people. But I feel like even now, kind of like the generation below me, that there's, like, a little bit more mixed people than there was when I was growing up. But we'll get into that more. So what ethnicity have you often been mistaken for? I've been mistaken for Latina. And then that's basically it. So I get mistaken for Latina a lot. No, like, particular Latina, like, no particular Latina, like, not, like, Cuban or Mexican or anything. I just get mistaken for possibly being of a Hispanic or Latina descent. Actually, in high school, I had a job at a mall, and this one customer came up to me and started, like, speaking Spanish to me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, no habla español. And she was like, sweetie, you gotta get back to your roots. And I was like, my roots are in Japan and in Ireland. Well, I didn't say it sassy like that, but I said, oh, well, I'm sorry. Like, I'm actually half Japanese and half white. And she was like so stunned. And then she was like, sweetie, you look Latina. And I was like, well, thanks, but I'm not. Would you like me to get another associate? So, that's basically whatever I get mistaken for. But most of the time, and I think that's like because people are a little bit more used to like seeing half Asian, half white mixes, like most of the time I just get asked like if I'm half Asian or like if I'm mixed. So do I have curly or straight hair? I have very thick, wavy hair, which has made like finding a stylist pretty difficult, but I found a great one. And I actually had the same stylist from like when I was 5 to 20. And then she moved away. So now I've found a good new one. But yeah, it's made like finding a good hairstylist difficult because not many people know how to cut thick, wavy hair, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it's wavy. It was really hard to deal with in high school, and I kind of want to do a video of how to manage like thick, wavy hair. Comment down below if you're watching this and you want to learn how to do that, because it was painful. It was painful, and I didn't have YouTube in high school to give me tutorials and stuff, so I had my hair in a ponytail a lot. But now I've learned to embrace my natural texture, and most of the time I just kind of like use some paste or cream in it and enhance the natural wave. But did coming from different backgrounds, was it challenging growing up coming from different backgrounds? No, not really. I would say like in the household, no, it wasn't difficult. I would say maybe sometimes going out into the real world, it was difficult in the sense that when I was growing up, there wasn't an option to like mark other on a form. So it was either like you were Asian, white, Hispanic, or African American, and like I didn't know what I didn't know what to write because I never identified as like one or the other. Like I've always identified as both. Like I am Asian and white, and I could never separate the two. And And that was actually kind of like really difficult because I've had some very interesting answers on how to fill that out, but I'm appreciative of the other box. If I'm going to be forced to identify what my ethnicity and racial is, I like other because that's what I am. I'm an other. Which background do you embrace the most? I personally hate this question. I think it's a dumb question. Maybe you don't think it's a dumb question, but I think it's a dumb question. When I was online dating, I actually was asked this question, like, which side do I like better? And I find it offensive. I find it really dumb because that's like asking which ear do you embrace the most? Do you embrace your left ear or your right ear the most? Well, that's my left, that's my right, but you know. But anyways, like, which one do I embrace the most? They're both my ears, and I like my ears equally, and both of them have amazing pros, and none of them have cons, so I embrace them equally. They're me. Like, ugh, I hate that question. Was I ever teased for being different? No more so than, like, any child is teased. So it's like, I was Asian. So yes, I got like the person doing the slanted eyes, which I think is entirely offensive. And if you do that as an adult, come on, grow up. Never pull your eyes and be slanted. It's extremely offensive to anybody who is Asian. So yes, kids made the Asian eyes. What else? And like just kids being stupid. Like, I don't think the kids were, like, picking on me because I was mixed. I think they may have just picked on me because they're kids, and kids go and find something to, like, tease you about, no matter what it is. So, was it necessarily being mixed that I got teased about, or because I was just born and kids suck? So, if that answers the question. Have I ever been ashamed of being multiracial? No, never. I love being mixed. I had a friend in middle school who was actually pretty ashamed of her being mixed, and she was mixed with like Latino and African American, and she really had issues with it, and I never understood it. I know there's a lot of like cultural things with that, and I'll give that to her, and that's like a different culture. That's not mine. But for me personally, I've never been embarrassed, and I've never seen a reason to be embarrassed because it's just me. It's like, I mean, I've been embarrassed and self-conscious thinking that I was ugly. I've been embarrassed and self-conscious, for a multitude of reasons, but never, like, it's never been directed, or it's never come back to the fact because I was mixed. Like, I've never wished that I wasn't mixed, if that makes sense. Like, at one point I wish my nose was different, but I've never wished that I wasn't mixed. Do you feel being mixed has its benefits? Yeah, sure. Why not? But I also think maybe not being Japanese and white has its benefits. So I think there's like benefits to any race that you are, and I think just I have a really rich background in history, so it's like, is it being mixed, or is it the fact that I'm Japanese and I really like my cultural background of being Japanese, and I really love my Irish culture, and I went and learned German in high school because I wanted to kind of get a sense of that. So I think it's cool that like you're kind of rooted and like you get like an early introduction to all these different cultures. But if you have a family that's like really cultural anyways, like they're going to already be introducing you to that. So it's like, if you're Mexican, but your parents like Indian food, they're already like introducing you to like Indian culture, I guess. Or like going to like different, or if they like French films, and so they go and like watch French films with you. Like you're already being introduced to different cultures. And I guess with being mixed, it's just maybe a little bit closer to a culture. And so you get like more cultures that you get to be closer to. So that's neat. But I'm obsessed with French film noir, and I want to learn French. And I love Godard films, and macarons and croissants are amazing. So I feel very close to French culture as well, even though I'm not French. So, you know, think about that. What makes being multiracial a beautiful thing? We're all beautiful. I think being multiracial, like, it kind of, you get a different look. I think more people are, like, becoming multiracial, and it does, you know, it just produces different looking people and beautiful people, and all sorts of races make beautiful people. And I mean, if you do two races together, or you do two different races, or two different cultural backgrounds, whatever, like, I don't know. That's just, what makes multiracial a beautiful thing. I guess it's because it's, like, breaking, maybe it's beautiful, like, it's beautiful in, like, the societal sense of, like, it's breaking, traditional, like, it's breaking tradition of thinking that, like, you can only be with someone of your same race, or you can only marry someone that is the same race as you, which is so twisted and backwards to me. It always has been. Love is love in all aspects. So that's where I stand on that. And I guess being multiracial, or being a multiracial person, it's like, what's beautiful about it is you can maybe change the mind of someone who doesn't view that as beautiful, and see that, like, it is beautiful, and they're a person, and it's just flesh and blood. Like, that's all it is. It's just flesh and blood. It's not anything, it's not anything scary. It's like, I'm not less than a pure-blooded person. I mean, look at the cockapoo, which is a Cocker Spaniel and a poodle. That thing's adorable. I'm a cockapoo. Think about it. Alright. And advice for someone who struggles with being multiracial, or their multiracial identity. I think this honestly it's like a question that just comes back to, like, being you. And I'm sorry if you are struggling with it. That's, like, it's incredibly painful. I know what it's like to, like, struggle with either the way you look or the way you feel, and it's painful and it hurts, and my heart goes out to you. And but you don't need to. At the end of the day, you can let that go, and you can accept yourself and realize that you're a beautiful person, and you're interesting, and you're funny, and you're creative, and you're, you know, passionate about something, or you're helpful, or you're a good listener, or, you know, those are all the things that make up you. The color of your skin, the texture of your hair, how big or small your nose is, how big or small your eyes are, all those things don't make up you. They make up your appearance, but they don't make up you. And you are so much more than your appearance. So, your life is so much richer than a skin color. And I think being multiracial has so many beautiful elements to it that, like, you get two different cultural backgrounds, or you get multiple cultural backgrounds. You have a good family. You just, it's hard for me to express because I find it, I don't mean to minimize by any means, but it's so, you don't have to be ashamed. So, anyways, the phone's ringing and I gotta get it, but I hope that helped. If you have any questions, I'll answer in a different video, and thank you for watching. Bye!